Welcome aboard, troops. EAC1 here. This is my first YouTube video. It's a remix. I've stabilized my equipment since the last intro, and hopefully I'll get rid of all the pops. Here I'm going to narrate this intro. Medal of Honor, you might find if you've watched any of my videos before, it did not come to me intuitively. Required a lot of work. So by the time I got to the point where I felt like I could actually put videos online, I had noticed a couple of things about the way I started to play the game. It's kind of complicated, but I just kind of got it. I started with a wired controller, or it started with a wired controller. Once I situated myself with the wired controller, I was able to not lose tracking data over the course of any range of movements in the controller, and it worked out pretty good, because once I could make the character do and go where I wanted him to go, the game turned into something else for me, and I found myself in a situation where, of all of my teammates, I was the only person that really wanted to give this game a shot all the way. You know, a couple of guys played with me. EAC2, King Crusher 700, sat down and forced himself to enjoy the game with me a little bit. But this series here is a series I've decided to create to allow everyone an opportunity to see how the game flows, and to be a little bit fair compared to the first video I posted, which essentially described this game as a waste of time. But like I said, I mean, here I am making videos for it. It's come a long way. So at EAC, we like to train people and offer them visual job aids, things they can use on a daily basis to learn strategies in the game that'll effectively keep them alive. This is one of them. So welcome aboard, everybody. I know I killed the first portion of the video narrating it with the intro, but I want to introduce EAC to everyone and basically let them see what we do. If you're paying attention here, you're going to notice that my style is very dynamic. Sometimes I see things that other people just don't see, and I'm able to survive situations that basically squash or kill other players. You may have noticed the fella that was hiding in the corner there just a couple of frames ago. I also like this circumstance here. I'm not afraid to take the shot, whether you think you're going to get it or not. Sometimes it's best to go ahead and go after the players, enemy players namely. As you can see there, you have to be quick. Once you engage a target and you take them down, silenced or not, most times the enemy, if he has any friends in the area, are going to be privy to your conduct, your actions, your shots, anything you might throw. So it's best to get out. In this case here, if you take a look at that shot there, I used the environment. I noticed that that fella's shadow on the ground, and I was able to follow up with it. He wasn't expecting me to be there anyway. Keep in mind, every position you take has about 3 to 5 different angles the enemy can take to shoot at you. So don't find yourself in the open reloading like that fella. I found in this game that there's a flow, namely based on the respawn pattern. It's almost like a circle. Eventually you can push forward enough so that the computer will spawn the enemy players on the opposite end of the map as opposed to what they had first. Here I think I made a mistake and got greedy. Just like we were talking earlier, I had 5 rounds left in the gun, ran out of ammunition, engaged the third player, and it cost me. One of the most important things you can find out that might be noteworthy for yourselves in this game is to take care of your weapon. If you take care of your weapon will take care of you. I didn't reload, running around not thinking about it, just thinking about the point to point, instead of actually making sure all rounds are in the chamber. But every once in a while you get pennies from heaven, and this is a classic example. That's 3 enemies taken down, and I zoomed in there. You can see where that character was moving. It looks like he dropped a C4 there, and instead of flanking around and get behind the enemy, I got overzealous and walked back out in front of him and paid the ultimate price, I suppose. But lesson learned. Here I'm beginning to basically get into my flow on the map. There was a grenade there. Looks like the fella threw him. I had to get away from it and close the distance on him and extend the distance away from the grenade. You have to be careful. Most of the time people do things, they're once again caught off guard, not ready for you. You have to take advantage of them. But it wasn't much I could do there. I was reloading. That man had position. It happens. But one of the neat things you'll find about these maps is you never know what's going on with the enemy. You have to. It's always fun to react to those situations, but in my haste, you'll notice I dropped artillery there about on myself, and could have been costly. Looks like this fellow went down here. I was still trying to fight a ghost, I think. His teammate cut away. Figured I'd close the distance on him and get under him, and another swipe at a ghost here. I'm willing to bet the game is about close to the end here. Did you notice? That fella didn't even see me. He was looking at something else. I had a hit indicator here earlier. I threw the grenade and I fired a rocket. It didn't work. You find yourself in that situation, get moving. Get out and find a better position, kind of like what I'm doing here. Got lucky because the game's ending. EAC1's first video of the Longbow series. This one's subtitled Wet Work. Welcome aboard, everybody. Chime in, let's talk about it. And I'll be posting regularly. We'll see you all online.